Happy Friday. You made it to the end of the week. You never thought you were going to get there. On Tuesday, you were like, oh my God, it's only Tuesday. When are we going to get to Friday? When is Friday going to get here? Right now. It's Friday, and I'm here to drop some NHL playoff sniffs on your table before you embark on your weekend plans. And what do you have planned this weekend? A grand total of nothing. You're going to be doing the same exact thing that you were doing on Tuesday. When it was Tuesday and you were complaining, I can't wait till it's Friday, you got to Friday and you're doing the same exact thing you were doing on Tuesday. And what is that? Entering an 11-leg same-game parlay that you think is going to change your life and never does, because you never understand the same way you never.
Ride your car.
But I don't care. You're not my son. Here are some extra legs to add to your parlay that's not going to change your life. We got these two games to talk about. One out west, one in the East, and just like last night, just like every other night, we're going to have one that's skewing clenched ass cheeks unders and one where you can maybe have a good time taking some player props. And yesterday I said, all right, TikTok generation, you want to start with overs? Here's some Oilers and Golden Knights bets. Today, we're going to make you eat your healthy food first. You're going to have your grilled chicken salad. And you're not going to be that guy who adds a ton of Caesar and says, oh, yeah, no, I'm dieting. I just have a bunch of Caesar dressing, which is nullifying all this. No. You're going to have your salad and you're putting just like vinegar on it. I don't know. Clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about. I despise salads. But I do have some unders for you. The unders that you're quickly learning, if you take them in the right series. This is 2 straight games in the Carolina series. No sweat. There was 0 sweat. Those under 6.5s are coming through. No problem, because that's the shape that series was always going to take. It was going to be shaped like a clenched ass cheek. And there's another series that's going to be shaped somewhat like that as well. Not so much in game one. We kind of had to sweat the under 6.5. But out there in the West, we have Jake Ottinger playing fantastic. We have 2 teams who like to play defense. And we saw an under 5.5. Actually, there was no empty net goal or anything. And I have no reason to believe a game in Winnipeg is going to be some high-scoring game. There was a flurry of goals in the second. But now with Winnipeg essentially playing for their series, it's one thing to go down 0-2. You can't go down 0-2 on your own home ice, because the only way you're coming back from that is winning both games on the road. So this is a huge game for Winnipeg. The only way Winnipeg's really going to win is stifle that opposition. They got held to 2 or fewer. They have to hold their opponent to 2 or fewer to win. That's how they're winning. If they're not doing that, they're probably losing, as you saw last game. They scored first, couldn't hold it, couldn't get more than 2 goals. That was a loss. What's going to happen in this game? I don't know. I don't need to pick a winner when I can just pick these unders. We're going with the standard 9-5 play that's been working back-to-back nights in the clenched ass cheek series. No goal in the first 5 minutes, under 6.5. Then what do? We take one step to the right, and then we look for an under 6.5 with one of the best player props, the least likely player to record a point on the whole slate. Last night we went with Kotkaniemi. That was nice. He actually ended up on the 4th line by the end of the night. And I see another 4th liner in Alex Iafallo, who we used last game. But I'm actually not going to use that, because I know you. If it starts with a minus, you're just going to skip past that part of the video. I'm going to go with Tyler Seguin, who I mentioned in yesterday's video about how I did a double under with him and Jamie Benn. I didn't see Jamie Benn listed yet. They'll probably list him before the game time, and you can take a double under with Benn and Seguin like I did. I'm probably going to be doing that. But if you want to take that under 6.5 and do it with the under on a player point, Tyler Seguin is a prime candidate. Line 2, power play 2, and this isn't even that classic line that he was playing on with Seguin, Marchand, and Duchesne. This is kind of a new line, and they didn't generate a ton of chances last game. So I'm going to take that under 6.5 with the under 0.5 point for Tyler Seguin. And then next on the line of our unders, we're going to look for a double under. I'm going 1 on each team. I'm doing the Perfetti-Nemestikov line 2, power play 2 combo on Winnipeg. And then on the Dallas side, Jason Robertson, who was kind of laboring on his way back from the injury. He's not on the top power play. He's not playing with Rantanen or Hintz. He's kind of getting back into form. He didn't play a ton in the last game, and he looked kind of like he was a little lagging behind. So they're probably going to monitor his ice time. And then Mason Marchand, his line mate, is not even on power play 2. So both of those guys for an under is like a plus 140. So that's what I got. The no goal in the first 5 with the under 6.5, the under 6.5 with the under 0.5 point on Tyler Seguin, and then 1 double under for each team. That's called clenched ass cheeks playoffs. We're here. And then the game that I'm sure many of you want to talk about, and that is the Florida Panthers Toronto Maple Leafs Game 3. I hope those Toronto fans, you just celebrate as much as you can. Until it's done, I always think I'm getting screwed. When I walk down the block, I'm always just kind of looking behind me just in case something's going on. Remember when I talked about that alligator in the pool in Florida? I'm always worried. I'm always looking behind me. I wouldn't be celebrating a 2-0 series lead. We got the Florida Panthers in is it weird that I don't even want to call it a must-win game? In a kind of must-win game, down 2-0 in the series. Now they're going back to Florida to try to get this Game 3, the pivotal Game 3. And I got to say, in between the time I made that video yesterday and today, we found a good price. I went to Caesars, the Panthers to win the East, plus 575. That's a worthy price if you ask me, and a lot's going to come down to this Game 3. So obviously, I'm leaning towards the Panthers Game 3. Not going to that is a disgusting price. And I don't think this game is going to be some sort of blowout. Typically, when you get a home team and they win those first 2 games, and then you have a really good team and they come back on their home ice, it's a close one. Because the other team clearly comes in with full confidence, and it takes one game to knock that confidence off. You saw it this year with the Kings. They went into Edmonton, ton of confidence, they're scoring left and right. Well, once that game got tied at the end, and then Edmonton got that win, the series really started to shift in the following game after that. So this one is going to be real close. I don't know if Toronto might have a 1-0 lead or a 2-1 lead, and Florida's going to have to come back and then win it, and then that will propel them. But this game, I have a feeling, might be a 1-goal game. And then if the Panthers win this, if Game 3 in a tight scoring fashion, I think they're going to obliterate them Game 4. So this is going to be, if I had to, a money line in this game and puck line. I wish you can kind of do 2 games in a row. I would do money line and then puck line in Game 4, but this one is going to be close. But I did take the Florida Panthers to win the East, plus 575 on Caesars. I wasn't taking that plus 3, whatever it was yesterday. Plus 575, you sign me up. And then in this game, now that the Panthers are coming home, they're going to get some of these matchups that they want. They were getting some tough matchups on the road. I'm looking at that top line to come through for the Florida Panthers. But outside of that, who's the guy who's actually registered points in both games? And he's been pretty consistent throughout the playoffs, getting a ton of ice time, scored a power play goal in Game 1, had a power play assist in Game 2, Seth Jones. He's really kind of eased into that role. It's not going to be Ekblad anymore. That's Seth Jones' role. His point props plus 115. He has points in both games of this series in a must-win game for the Florida Panthers. I mean, they have one power play goal in each. If they get a power play goal in this game at any point, I think he'll factor in on that. So give me a point for Seth Jones, and then a little same-game parlay assist for Seth Jones, and a point for Alex Barkov. I believe that's like a plus 230 or something in that nature. And then just because we got to see it through, they might not get the better matchups in this game, but let's just ride the hot hand. Let's go with the Marchand point. They're still giving us a solid plus money price, and then the Lundell assist and the Marchand point. It's hit in 3 straight games. It was plus 650, plus 600, plus 550. By the way, you can lose 10 straight games and you're still more than paid off. Once again, beauty of the line combos. Can it happen 4 in a row? Now we're under. See, this is at least, it's still not as far as it should be under, like plus 575 for the Panthers to win the East. Not just win this series. Win the East. Come back from 2-0. Win the next round. Marchand for 1 more point, and on Lundell, his line mate, and power play 2 line mate for an assist, plus 475. So let's try to nail that for the 4th straight game. That's what I have for you. It's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. Even if you have nothing to do, it doesn't matter. Even if you haven't had any weekend plans in a long time, this is the kind of game that makes you excited like you are going out on the weekend. It's a game you could watch from home that's going to give you the feeling like you're going out. That's what I have for you here on a Friday. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I just took the Panthers to win the East. Better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed here to my YouTube channel. It's very much appreciated. Like the video. Comment on the video. comment a second thing. Respond to somebody else's comment. Say, hey, I'm responding to your comment, but I actually have no response to the comment other than responding to the comment. And then obviously, if you guys want my sniffs over the weekend, you want Josh's MLB picks, that's available over on the Patreon. You could also compare 19 different legs of your same game parlays with the other sniffers in the chat rooms that we have. Pretty good time. Mostly good every once in a while. It gets a little wild in there, and I have to settle everyone down. But, you know, I hope to show you. So I hope to see you there. If not, I will see you Monday for the next round of NHL playoff sniffs. Take it easy.